when I walk into a room or when I first arrive in a social situation, I create this immediate draw towards me that is irresistible. And women almost feel a little nervous talking to me, or if she's really high value, she'll feel like, I have to go meet this guy. Hey, truth seekers. In this video, I want to talk to you about this unattainability factor. Some people call it kind of the influencer effect or the celebrity effect. And the reason that I think I'm qualified to teach this with you, minus the 15 years of in-field coaching experience, is that for a couple of years during my modeling career, I was really fascinated with the idea of like a model walking into a room and all the eyes are focused on us, right? Because we're walking down the runway. But I was like, how do you replicate this success outside of the runway? And because I was a dating coach also at the same time, I was trying to figure out, can I create this effect and make it super easy where girls approach me? And I'm happy to tell you that with my assistant coach Elia in LA, we were able to replicate this effect night and night. It got to a point, not to brag or anything, this is just the truth. It got to a point where I would talk to him, and before we go into a bar or a hotel lounge or a social party, we would talk to each other and I'd be like, listen, we have an opportunity cost, right? If you and I stand next to each other, we use these 3 triggers. Girls will come up to us, but the problem is we want to go talk to the girls we really want to talk to, and we only have so much time at this event. So we got to the point where we're discussing opportunity cost, because we can't just allow the girls that come up to us to talk to us. We have to deliberately move throughout the room to the women that we think are the best match for us in order to save time, because we had a limited amount of time. So this is how powerful this is once you understand this principle of the unattainability factor. There are 3 spheres of influence for the unattainability factor. The first one is your style. Now in my course, Seduce with Style, I teach you exactly how to make that instant like, whoa, that guy looks attractive, and to be able to back it up with your behavior patterns. Your style is the first thing people see about you. And it doesn't matter if you're not good looking. The important thing is that every guy can learn to look good. And it's not about how you look physically, genetically, it's about the image that you convey, okay? Understanding style makes the game 10 times easier. And if you want to master this area, then check out Seduce with Style using the link below. So let's assume that you have your style down, you're dressed in a certain way that most women would find attractive. The next thing you have to realize is your vibe. There's a really good book, I think it's got by Theron Dumont, it's a pen name, of one of these really brilliant guys back in the 18th century, I think. And he talked about this personal magnetism around every human being. Steve Jobs had it, people call it the reality distortion field. And basically what it means is that we all have our chi, but around us there's a frequency, an emotional frequency, an energy field. And when you change the energy field, your radio frequency changes and you connect with different people. What I discovered through vibe is that there's a certain energy that you can learn to replicate before you go to social events that gives you a fun, relaxing, what I call comfortably attractive energy frequency. And this frequency not only attracts really attractive girls, but it attracts other people that you may want to meet. I can't tell you the number of times when I did a vibe routine or vibe check pre-event, but I would have these routines, breathing exercises, and there's incantations where I recreate a really comfortable, attractive vibe, where I met like my future boss, employer, or I met someone who was a business partner that ended up making a lot of money because I was able to control my vibe. The third sphere of influence is behavior patterns. Behavior patterns is the idea that as we're communicating, only about 7% is really taken through words. About 35% is through the tonality, and then the rest of it is nonverbal. When you're communicating with someone, there's different layers of communication. There's my verbal communication, which is on the surface level. There's my nonverbal communication, which is my body language, my hand gestures. There's my micro expressions on my face. There's the subtext of what I'm saying. There's my sub-communication, which is really beneath the surface. And then there's even unconscious attraction triggers, okay? All these different layers are being communicated at the same time. And your behavior patterns are what controls these layers of attraction and connection, where you actually start really having a real effect on the girl you're talking to. Style, vibe, behavior. These 3 things when combined creates this unattainability factor, where it's like, whoa, there's something interesting about this guy that's I'm drawn to. And the funny thing is, when you see 1 or 2 girls drawn to it, suddenly you see this like social stacking effect where other girls are like, what are they looking at? What's going on here? So then you start hitting the pre-selection switch, and now all the girls at the bar are like, who are those 2 guys that every girl is talking to? What's going on here? Excuse me 1 second. And she'll literally walk away from another guy to go talk to you, okay? I've seen this happen with my clients that I taught this to. I've done it myself many times, and you can use it too. If you're ever in the field with me and you want a demonstration, just hit me up if you're in LA, okay? Now, here's the problem most guys have. Some guys will have good behavior patterns, okay? They know how to talk. You ever see these guys who like, they're like the girl's best friend? These guys have good behavior. They know how to get into like all female groups, and they're very comfortable talking. They're often very witty. They make these very quick jokes and they have good behavior. They might even have good vibe, good energy. The problem is they don't have the style down or they don't have the attraction down. So what happens is they end up being friend zoned, okay? Fun behavior, fun energy. I feel comfortable around him. I feel safe and comfortable with you, like you're my little brother, okay? That is a problem when you can't convey good style. As a guy, I know it's hard to imagine, so allow me to invite you to imagine this. Imagine your mom, or imagine there's this girl that you know that you're very comfortable with. She's a good friend. She might not be the most stylish girl. She doesn't wear makeup. She doesn't like glam up or dress up. She's not super sexy in her movements, but she's comfortable. She's safe. She's been with your friend for a long time. And you're thinking, man, this girl will make a great wife, but I'm not sexually attracted to her. I don't want to just be with her, you know? This is what it feels like for a girl when you're a guy who has good behavior, good vibe, but no attraction, no style, no image. There's nothing of that attractive, like dominant, cool, edgy vibe that bad boys have, that white girls go to bad boys, right? So this is what's missing when you only have behavior and vibe. Now let's say you have your style down and you have your vibe down. So you're a cool guy, you look good. This is me in the beginning. I look great. A lot of models are like this, male models, believe it or not. When I take them out after the show, they look great. Girls will go talk to them because they're hot. But as they talk, it's incredible to see. You can see the light dim in her eyes. It's like, oh, this guy's like boring. He's not boring. He just doesn't know how to communicate properly. He doesn't have the behavior patterns that have interesting conversations. And believe it or not, I have a lot of clients who are really good looking, tall, blonde, white guys. And people ask me, why do they need a coach? It's almost like you have this great tool, but you don't know how to use it. Girls come up to them and in the client's words, he says, you know, I taught to them and eventually they slip away. They slip away because they don't know what to say. So having right behavior patterns, the right communication patterns is super important to actually get the girl, no matter how hot you are as a guy. When you have style and behavior down, this is where we have a lot of F-boys, okay, or playboys. They got the style, oh yeah, baby, I miss you. They know how to talk to girls. You know, I've only been thinking about you, girl. You know, it's like, are you though? But they're so good that sometimes girls just go along with it. If you ever watched my series on F-Boy Island, Garrett's really good at this, right? But they're missing that vibe, okay? So the girl might be attracted to you. The girl likes you, the way you talk, you behave, but that vibe check is not there. There's no connection, so there's no trust. This is great for hookups sometimes, but to have a hookup and to have the girl stick around, to have longer term ongoing hookups, friends with benefits, or even to find the right girl, having these two is not enough. You have to have the vibe, you have to have the energy field of trust and comfort and connection. So when you have all three, that's when people start falling in love or start having this unattainability factor, which is I have to go meet that person, okay? All three spheres of influence are taught in my course, Seduce with Style, where I show you how to put together your first outfit, how to do it affordably, how to take pictures of your style so your online dating actually starts converting and your profile actually gets matches, how to modify your behavior patterns to match your style, how to properly convey attraction and connection circuit triggers where the girl feels safe with you, but she also feels attracted and uncertain, that mysterious but a fun mysteriousness with you through your behavior patterns, how to control your energy frequency to be able to connect with other people, to put it out there in the universe. I know it sounds a little woo-woo, but it's true. To put it out there in the universe where you change your frequency, you change the energy field that you have, and you start connecting with people that you actually want to connect with. How to integrate all three of these to become a guy who is universally attractive. If you're curious about the 8 style attraction triggers that cover these 3 spheres of influence, then check out the link below in the description or go to highintegrityskills.com/style4. You'll be able to get this free download, use these 8 style attraction triggers to up your style anytime, your behavior patterns, and watch the free training video and enroll in the course if you're interested. When you enroll in Seduce with Style, all of the clients currently during launch will get access to a private Facebook group where you can safely post pictures. Clients send in pictures of them, in clothing stores and changing rooms. Clients send me pictures of certain outfits they're thinking of wearing. I also share my dating tips and secret sites and secret channels and hacks that I use to get better results through online dating, speed dating events, exclusive video chat dating events that no one knows about right now. So check out Seduce with Style, and I hope you got a lot out of this lesson. And if you want to continue your learning, check out the resources. They're just so good. It's hard not to talk about them. And I'll see you in the next one. If you're new to my channel, the reason I refer to my viewers as truth seekers is because here we don't just focus on the superficial level of dating advice. We go down to the core principles of how attraction works. Because once you understand the core principles, you can develop your own techniques and tactics that are authentic to you.